Hitman's wife's bodyguard. The bodyguard, Michael Bryce, continues his friendship with assassin Darius Kincaid as they try to save Kincaid's wife, Sonia. That's the official synopsis for the Hitman's wife's bodyguard. Just before we jump into the movie review, I'd really appreciate doing one little favor, and that's jump below this video, hit that subscribe button, maybe even the notification bell as well for new content every single week. And with that being said, let's get into the review. This movie, of course, is the sequel to The Hitman's Bodyguard. And this movie, just like the original one, is an action movie which doesn't quite take itself too seriously. It's a lot of fun.
You said, baby, get me Michael Bryce.
What? No. I said, baby, I need help. Get anyone but Michael Bryce.
What?
He is the most annoying.
Excuse me. I have 20/20 hearing. I can hear you. The dead guys can hear you. How many times have you nearly got me killed?
Not enough.
And with a cast that includes Ryan Reynolds, Salma Hayek, Samuel L. Jackson, Morgan Freeman, and many more, this movie has everything it needs to be spectacular. Of course, Ryan Reynolds is kind of becoming the master of movies that don't take themselves too seriously. Deadpool being a perfect example.
Whose balls did I have to fondle to get my very own movie? I can't tell you, but it does rhyme with Pulverine.
And Free Guy looks like it's going to be that when I get to see it. Right off the bat, I expected this movie to be a lot of fun, and it was. All the way through, this movie is a lot of fun. It's slightly below 2 hours long, just like I've been saying a lot recently. It seems a little bit long for a movie. Maybe my expectations for all movies should be 90 minutes. I don't know why. This movie, it did drag in places, it was a little bit slow in places, and my attention did drift at times, but overall the movie is a hell of a lot of fun. I love movies that when they don't take themselves too seriously, but at the same time, they don't go too over the top with the wackiness. Now, it's not on the same level as the likes of the Suicide Squad I reviewed just earlier this week. It doesn't have that level of fun or that level of craziness to it, but it is in a similar kind of vein that it's an action movie with some big explosions, fight scenes, all that you'd expect, and then a little bit of humor in between. The casting in this one is a standout part. Salma Hayek jumping in with Samuel L. Jackson and Ryan Reynolds, and all three play off each other spectacularly well. The most recent Salma Hayek movie I reviewed on this channel was Bliss, which is an Amazon original movie. It kind of split audiences because some people loved it, some people hated it, some people didn't understand it. I personally loved it, and here's why, right up here in this little box thing right up there. You should check that one out because it's a pretty interesting movie. Salma Hayek was very good in that movie, and she's very, very good in this movie. I think she adds a new little spice to this movie.
Second of all, and just so we're clear, I promised my therapist no bodyguarding, so I'm not protecting either one.
This is not mission. This is not
Hey, eyes on road! Eyes on road!
I just remembered Antonio Banderas is in this too. A very interesting addition to any movie. The interesting thing about Antonio Banderas is he's playing a Greek criminal who has a Spanish accent. He definitely has a Hispanic accent, not a Greek accent. But then again, I guess he could be forgiven for it in this movie, sort of. He is Zorro. I'm not going to mess with Zorro. Now, I don't want to spoil anything about this movie. I don't want to go into the story too in depth or talk about any of the twists in the movie, because some of them are a little bit generic. You will see them coming a mile off. But I don't think this movie needed to be anything spectacular story-wise. It just needed to have some good action and a lot of fun in there, and this movie definitely does. I don't think you will regret watching this movie if you enjoy action movies. Would this movie work with a different cast? Maybe not. I think Ryan Reynolds, Salma Hayek, and Samuel L. Jackson, as I already said, they have a great chemistry between them. They play off each other really well. But I will say, sitting here thinking about what to say for this review, off the top of my head, there's no standout scene in this movie that makes me go, yeah, you have to watch this movie to see this moment. If you enjoyed the original Hitman's Bodyguard, I think you'll also enjoy the Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. This is the point where I throw it over to you guys. I want to know your opinions about the Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. Let me know all about it in the comment section below. But now we come down to the rating, and a rating for the Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. It's a tough one because I really enjoyed the movie, but it was a little bit slow and dragged in places. But it does have a spectacular cast, and it was a lot of fun. So taking all that into account, I gotta give this movie a 7 out of 10. Very enjoyable movie. Highly recommend it. Check it out if you haven't seen it already. And like I mentioned at the start, if you enjoyed today's video, I'd really appreciate if you hit that subscribe button. New content every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday now because we changed the schedule. And all of being said and done, thank you so much for watching.